Hey, what's going on guys? Welcome back to the VFX Showdown, and this is another After Effects tutorial. And in this tutorial we're going to create the start rail animation inside of After Effects using a third-party plugin from Red Giant Trapcode Particular. So as you can see, this is pretty cool. If you don't know what is the start rail, check out the Google what is exactly the start rails are. So I'm gonna quickly show you how to create this thing inside of After Effects, and you can do pretty cool stuff. So as you can see, this is what I did. So this is basically a star, and we have this foreground and the sky and the stars, and basically, and if I move, you can see the stars are moving in circular because of the earth rotation. And as you can see, pretty cool, and you can do several things with this technique. So what I did, you can see. And by the way, Merry Christmas guys, and hope you enjoy holidays. And here I am making a tutorial for you. So as you can see, this one text animation using the start rails, so pretty cool. And this is all based on particular plugins from Red Giant. So you know what, you can still make a start rail using a built-in particle world, but you cannot create a text like this. So that's why I use the particular, because I can make a particle type of text like this. So if you just want a start rail, you can use a CC particle world. It is built in After Effects. So in this tutorial I'm gonna show you how to make this with particular. So let's make a new composition, and I'm gonna type star. Okay, and the composition size is 10 seconds. Okay, so let's go ahead and make a new solid. This is our particle layer. Okay, so let's go ahead, effects, trapcode, particular. Okay, so now as you can see, this is the default. So first thing, we need to change the emitter behavior. So this is, as you can see, this is continuous. We want explode. So this is basically explode. As you can see, just a 4, but we want more. So what you can do, go ahead, go first down and the emission extra and pre-run, make this 100. So as you can see, in one shot you will see 100 particles. So I need to increase that amount, particle per second, maybe 1000. So as you can see, we have a lot of particles in 1 second. Okay, so let's close this emitter and go to the physics. And as you can see, the physics time factor, so go to the first frame. Okay, I'm going to zoom in a little bit and keyframe the time factor and go forward 1 frame. Okay, and zero this thing and just 0. So what this does, basically it frees your particles, so they no longer move, so it just stay in a position. And let's create a new camera. I'm gonna choose 50mm preset. Hit OK. So now we have a 3D camera. Okay, so let's select the particle layer, close the physics factor, and emitter type you can choose the box and sphere. These two work pretty good actually, so I'm gonna choose the sphere one. Okay, and as you can see, the emitter size XY, we just need to change the XY, we don't want to change the Z direction. So let's increase this to 300, actually 3000 by 3000. Okay, so now we have a big kind of, I think the velocity, we need to increase that. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's increase a little bit, and also the size of the emitter, so particles are all around, something like that. Okay, and as you can see, we don't want this kind of big particle. So let's go ahead in the particle tab and change, first thing, change the life per second, just increase this to 10. Okay, and we don't want any randomness, so the size, let's decrease to 1. As you can see, pretty small particles. And the size randomness we want 100% because we want a lot of variation. Okay, and this thing, I think we need to 1.2 something. Okay, and let's go to the visibility. Here we going to vanish the nearest particles to the camera. Okay, so let's increase this to 200. Okay, and close that, go to the particle again, and as you can see, this looking pretty good. So now we need to animate the camera, so press R for the camera and just rotate. So as you can see, so this will simulate the earth rotation. So we're not going to rotate the whole particle system. You can do that, go to the just particle, go to the particle layer and the world transform, you can still rotate, but I don't want to do here. I want to rotate my camera. So as you can see, we can animate the camera. So let's go to the, and as you can see in this, we just keyframe the time factor. So what you can do, just move this layer like that and stretch from end. Okay, so now you have still particles. Okay, so let's keyframe the camera Z rotation. Okay, let's add a keyframe and we want, let's make a 5-second trim from to work area. Okay, so 5-second looks good. So let's rotate this maybe 180. Okay, so as you can see, now we are rotating our camera. So now let me save first and let's change some particle setting. Okay, so go to the emitter and I think I need to change some. Okay, so zero all these value. Okay, like that, and close, go to this one, and now we need to colorize this guy. So before we colorize, let's add the trails. So how I did in the trails, so it's pretty easy to do, just a one effect. So you guys all know the echo effect, so this is pretty good. Let's add the echo, and as you can see, immediately nothing happened. If I move, now you can see something, I mean some trails. So we need to just close this. So we need to change some setting. Okay, first let's change the echo time. So I found this time is not good, so I'm gonna change and show you my best. So 0.015 or 20 it's good, so I'm gonna 0.020, and this thing is pretty good. And the numbers of echo means how many copies you want. So as you can see, one copy, one. Okay, so basically the two. So I'm gonna increase this maybe 50 or 60. 60 looks pretty good for trails. So now you can see, just wait. Oh my goodness, too many, right? No, this is not too many. So we need to just play around the settings and you get a look. And let me quickly show you, I have a reference how the star trail look like actually in real life, I mean. So as you can see, so this is the star trails, and as you can see, not all in opacity, and the colors, you can see some of the blue because of the sky. Okay, so we need to keep that in mind. So as you can see, so basically I recreate something in that scene, but as you can see, particles are not too many. So but it looks good. Okay, so let's go ahead and make something like this. As you can see, these things have a lot of particles. I don't know this is a real or just CGI, but I think it is real. Okay, so let's close this guy, and we have a comp effects particle. Okay, so the echo, so now the decay, we need to decrease this 90 or 9, 95, 98, 97. I'm gonna 97.97. so you have a faded. As you can see, this thing is strong and it will reduce the opacity. And as you can see, there are not a lot of echoes. So what you can do two things. First, you can decrease the rotation of the camera, so, and second, can you just increase the numbers of echo. But if you increase the echoes, it's take a lot of render times, so that's why I keep this in 60. And then we need to enable the motion blur to hide this kind of effect, this kind of dots. So we need to have some straight line like that. So this is basically, so in this one, as you can see, we have a pretty good straight line all over the place, so that's pretty nice. So this will happen when you enable the motion blur. So as you can see, this guy is 1999. Okay, so let's make 0.99 and see what that look. Okay, looks good. So in the particle layer, go to the rendering, okay, and the motion blur we need to enable on. I'm not gonna using the comp motion blur, I'm gonna use the built-in motion blur. So now you can see this looks good, and just increase the shutter angle 400 because this thing looks good in 400. It's take a lot of render time, but results are pretty nice and you will love it. Now we have something going on that's look pretty good. Okay, so now let's colorize this. Okay, so go to the particle, and in the color section you can see the set color is at start, which means this one, the white we don't want, we want the random from gradient. Okay, now you can wait, just wait a minute. Okay, so this is the default gradient. So go to the color, I think the color, okay, color overlay. Okay, just pull this so you can see the better. Okay, now go to the preset and select this gradient, simple black to white, or you can say the white to black. Okay, now we're going to change. So in this image you can see a white and blue and dark blue colors. So let's recreate. So let's make this color, go inside, and this is white, so I'm gonna add one more here. Okay, and this one, let's make this a bit of dark blue like that. Okay, looks good. Okay, I'm gonna add another one. Okay, let's make this a light blue. Okay, not that bad. Okay, let's switch this guy over there, this guy over there. Let's add a middle another one. This may be a dark blue. Okay, let's change this one. This is too much. Okay, let's move this white over there and put this on that side. Let's see what happened. Okay, I'm going to show you my start rail, what I did here. So let me close and see the gradient. So as you can see, this is the gradient, I use it. So I'm going to copy this one here. Hopefully we can paste it. Yes, we can paste. Pretty good plugin. Particular is the best. Okay, so now we have the gradient. Okay, so let me change some setting over here. This may be light. Okay, let's make this one also. Just to play around some setting, guys, you can make how you want, but I'm gonna trying to achieve the realistic look, but it's not happening in just a few minutes. It's take a lot of time. Okay, so this is we have. Okay, so in this one, as you can see, this one load, as you can see, we have this foreground, and let's add this first. So let me press U, you can see my two keyframes. Okay, 5 seconds. I want, so in this one, as you can see, if I press U, you can see the key. Okay, and in the 7 second, everything is stop. I mean almost stop. So as you can see, now we can see the only the stars. Okay, so if I select all the keyframe and show you the graph editor, you can see the path. So this is the pretty smooth, and this is fast, and then smoothly 0%. Okay, so let's make this one here also. Okay, so now I need to reduce the rotation. So this is 180, so I'm gonna make this 90. Okay, and move this keyframe over 3 seconds, maybe 3.50 frame, and let's add another keyframe over 2 seconds, and select all and press F9 for easy ease. You can also do a assistant and easy ease. Okay, and select all the 3 keyframes, and let's see the graph editor and play around some settings. Okay, so now this is the graph is look like. Okay, first delete this guy. Okay, and let's select these two, and now see the graph. Now you can see the graph what we have. Okay, so in the original one, we need to make this faster like that and slower. Okay, so add a keyframe, and now you can see we have another handle. So let me press. Let's play around and make a smooth path like that. Okay, something like that. Let me move this guy, and let's quickly disable the echo because it's take a lot of time to render. I want to see the preview. So this will move like that and then slowly stop. Okay, so looks good. Let's enable, and with that motion blur, oh my god, this is crap. So this is happen. So let's move this layer, and it should fix. If you have a issue like that, you can do, I'm gonna show you what you can do. So you need to keyframe the numbers of echo. So I'm gonna put this maybe 0, so we don't have any echoes. So keyframe and press U to show you the keyframes and move forward, and let's make this 60. Okay, and in the original one, as you can see, in the 50, let me see, and I think we have 50. Yes, 50. Okay, so I'm gonna put this over there, press F9, also this one, F9, and okay, so now this will going to end. Okay, so let's select these 4 keyframes and see the graph. So as you can see, so this is the, let me select again, and as you can see, this one, the time I need to match this blue one. So let's select this and move this one over there. Okay, something like that. Okay, I think that's pretty good. For let me save, and now you don't have any issues. So now you can see a pretty good start rail animation. So looks good, and where this will end, okay, here. So let me see, zoom in. Okay, I need to stop this quickly as possible, so I'm gonna go this keyframe and simply just decrease the number of echo. Let's see the 10 and let's watch. Okay, so here in full power. Okay, so this is not liking me, so what I did is go here and let's 60. Okay, and let me decrease this a little bit, 1050. So this is will quickly stop. So now you can see, so this is the start rail, pretty nice looking, as you can see, smooth all over the place. And if you're wondering how I made this particle trails text like that, so as you can see, so this is a modular. Basically you can put anything and it will convert in the start rail particle, and you can make some pretty cool animation. Maybe this may be your intro. So I'm gonna quickly show you how I did. So as you can see, we have the shy. For enable, you can see a lot of stuff. So this is the text, which is basically I'm using in the particle custom emitter. So as you can see, Merry Christmas, so text. And if I hide, and I have a logo from a face. If you don't know whose face, just search in Google, simple as that. Okay, so as you can see, we have a face logo, and let me hide. So this is the face logo. So what I did, just find edge, that, and the Luma key out, and just add a outer glow. Okay, and then that's it. So this is transparency, so that's why. And if I go back to the start rail intro animation, now you can see the face logo. So as you can see, this is face logo, and if I move forward, so now as you can see, it's moving, and this will looks pretty good. So let me Control S and hide that. And lastly, in this one, let's add a foreground. So if we add a foreground, so it's make a little bit of depth between the foreground and the sky. So in this one, as you can see, so this is foreground, so it look like we are watching the start rails. Okay, so in the project section I have an image. So this one is the Milky Way. So as you can see, a lot of stars, and I need to this trees. So what I did, just drag and drop in the composition. So it is small, so right click and go to transform and fit to comp. So basically it will fit. And first we need to key out this guy. I just need trees, so let's first solo this one, and let's add a pretty cool effects. You guys all know the Luma Key, so pretty cool. Yes, the Luma Key. Let's apply the Luma Key and key out the brighter area. Let's increase this one, and let's enable the transparency so we can see. So let's put this something here, and let's add a quick mask. Okay, so select the pen tool and select the layer and add a mask. I just need these trees, so I'm gonna isolate, and let's make a edge thickness, edge thin, 1 pixel, maybe 0.5. Okay, so this will go only 1. Okay, so now if I disable and unsolo, now you can see this pretty cool stuff. And let me quickly show you, and as you can see, this not looking pretty good. So as you can see, the pixelated. So what you can do is add a simple choker, and let's increase this by 1, so this will smooth. And if you want, you can add a curves and just play around the color setting. I'm gonna dark this just a little bit, so as you can see, just a little bit of darkness. And let's unsolo, and now this will get a little bit of depth of watching the start rails. So as you can see, this thing looks pretty dope actually. So guys, this is the tutorial. and hope you enjoy and hope you learn something. And if you really want to know how I make the text in the start rails, let me know in the comment below. I'm gonna show you a quick tutorial how to do that. In this tutorial I'm just focusing on how you can make the start rails, and basically the same technique you can apply on a particle word, basically the built-in After Effects plugin for particle system. So just scatter the particles like that and simply rotate your camera and add the echo effects, and you get a pretty nice start rail animation. So guys, hope you enjoy and learn something. Let me know in the comment below which effect you want in next tutorial. Considering to subscribe to our channel because we have a lot of new tutorials for you guys. And as always, we will see you in a very next one. Have a great day.